Beaches, planes, and fire lookouts are just some of the new destinations that you can visit in the simulation world after the last week's releases. Hi there folks, and my name's NovaWing24, and welcome to the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for all your simulation release news and goings-on from the week that was. So here we are on a Sunday the 19th of May 2024 for another episode full of new places for you to go and visit in your simulation platform of choice. Let's jump straight into it this week with the team over at AnyBuilds releasing a rather cold adventure into Norway with the release of Kristiansund Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So this gives us a highly detailed rendition of Kristiansund Kvernberget Airport in Norway, servicing a small island just off the coast there. And this gives us a highly detailed rendition of the airport with all airport buildings modelled, custom terrain elevation data with custom models of various features around the airport, as well as all sorts of ground scenery and various custom static aircraft and custom other detritus to enhance your simulation experience. Now, if you want to add this one to your simulation experience, you can pick this one up for $14 or your original equivalent, available now from AnyBuilds. Continuing on with Microsoft Flight Simulator now, the releases this week from Team Cat3 Dual Studios, which is an interesting name for a studio, that's for sure. So this week, the release of a Tunisian airport of Sfax or Thanya. So this description doesn't give a lot to be desired, this one, but basically they cover off that it is a rendition of the airport with all airport buildings modelled, and that's basically the end of the description. But looking through the imagery and looking through the photos that were supplied, looks like it is not a bad model, this one. The ground poly looks reasonably good. It's a little bit clean in some places and sort of a bit brutal with some of the merging, but other parts of the merging with the photoreal terrain, it looks pretty good. Now, if you wanted to add this one to your collection, you can pick this one up for $9 or your original equivalent, available now from Sim Market. Rounding out the Microsoft Flight Simulator releases this week, the team over at Orbix have once again headed out for potato farming in Idaho with the release of Idaho Fire Lookouts. Now, this is a really interesting pack, this one. So this is a pack of not one, not two, but 11 destinations for you to go bush trekking in the remote regions and mountains of Idaho. So this gives us a highly detailed rendition of a number of different places in Idaho, in the mountains there. And it's designed for people who, if you're a tube liner flyer, then this is not going to be a pack for you, absolutely not. But it's designed to work in partnership with a number of other Idaho sceneries that the team over at Orbix have released over the last year or so, including the Idaho Deadly and Not So Deadly 3, and their Soldier Bar release, and their McCall Municipal Airport. So it's sort of interesting that they're looking at sort of expanding out this region idea, and I kind of like it. But the other thing that's really piqued my interest for this one is that this is a pack that is, I mean, obviously I'm into bush flying, so straight away this has got my attention straight away. Much like when I had a look at the Deadly and Not So Deadly 3 airport packs. But this one also takes advantage of the fact that Microsoft Flight Simulator has become more than just a flight simulator. It is a vehicle simulator. And so not only do each of these locations come with their own helipad and stall landing area for people flying things like the Kit Fox or the X-Cub, but also comes with various different driving tracks and actually off-road trails, which actually do exist in real life. But not only that, they also included over 20 miles of road network in this pack, so you can actually drive between all these locations. So I really like the fact that they've actually taken an idea that this beautiful seed of an idea that's been sort of kicking around in flight sims for years, but definitely the team over at Parallel 42 absolutely picked up and ran with their juice goose. And now it's great to see yet a developer actually going, you know what, this is the way of the future. It is not just a flight sim, it is a vehicle simulator, and now producing some scenery to support that is really cool to see. So well done to the developer behind this one, Milo, and the team over at Orbix for backing this, because this looks absolutely fantastic. Speaking of, if you're wanting to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $17 or your original equivalent, available now from Orbix Direct. Moving out of the world of Microsoft Flight Simulator now, moving into the world of X-Plane. So a couple of scenery releases, lots of scenery this week, like pretty much all scenery this week. So this week from developer Axonos, we saw the release of their edition of Gold Coast Airport for X-Plane 12. So this is really interesting. So obviously we've got Gold Coast Airport, formerly known as Coolangatta Airport, for Microsoft Flight Simulator already from the team over at Orbix, but seeing it now come to life for X-Plane is kind of exciting for those of you who are flying X-Plane, and of course I always love seeing my old home state get represented in any flight sim. So this gives a highly detailed rendition of the airport as it appears at the end of 2023, with all airport buildings modelled, including the new apron and taxiway and the new developments just outside the airport perimeter. Includes custom 3D grass, full PBR textures used throughout, custom color-corrected orthophoto imagery for the airport and surrounding areas, and designed to work with the SAM plugin to support animated marshalling and various other features of the airport. Now, if you want to pick this one up and add this one to your collection, you can pick this one up for $20 or your original equivalent, available now from Orbix Direct. In the other major scenery release for X-Plane 12 this week, the team over at FSX 3D released an airport for X-Plane 12 for the release of Castellet Airport in France. So this is in the Côte d'Azur region in the Alps in France, and the area is actually famous because of an F1 circuit, Paul Ricard, and has become a destination for motorsport enthusiasts for events held at the circuit. So not only is the airport modelled in detail, and the airport layout with all airport buildings modelled as it appears at the end of 2023, with custom layouts and custom workings for the taxiways and aprons all modelled. It also includes the full rendition of the F1 circuit. Now, I have no idea if there is a suitable ground vehicle that you can go tearing around that circuit in, but hey, Parallel 42, maybe if there's not, maybe this could be your next adventure if you wanted to branch out away from Microsoft Flight Simulator. Who knows? Anyway, but yes, if you want to pick this one up, it comes with photorealistic ground ortho imagery supplied, as well as being fully compatible with Ortho for XP and Auto Ortho. Custom dynamic lighting, track effects, and PBR on all objects, all the usual fun stuff that we see on scenery these days. And overall, looking at the publicity images, looks pretty good from what I can see. And honestly, its developers, some of the add-ons I'm seeing for X-Plane these days are definitely rivaling what I'm seeing in Microsoft Flight Simulator these days. So it's great to see both of these two leading sims really egging each other on in pushing the boundaries of what's possible. But if you want to pick this one up and add this one to your collection, you can pick this one up for $15 or your original equivalent, available now from xplane.org. Moving away from Flight Sims now and moving on to the asphalt. So sort of getting a bit of an asphalt theme there. So a couple of releases this week for American Truck Simulator. So, of course, leading the charge for them, the first off being the release of a new region with the release of Nebraska. So the open plains, rolling hills, and the crucial Platte River, of course, is the main settings of this one. And as you travel and haul cargo through the Cornhusker State. It gives 12 explorable cities, including Lincoln, Omaha, North Platte, and Grand Island, with a number of custom landmarks provided, including Carhenge, Scott Bluff National Monument, Archway Monument, and McCockney Lake, as well as other important memorials and murals are modelled in the sim. Gives a number of new goods to be carried, including a number of Nebraska's key industries, including RV dealerships and utility vehicle factories, as well as soybean factories and a number of custom-made farms. Includes delivery cargoes to sugar beet factories and other interesting cargo and places, including 20 scenic towns and settlements are included, as well as full support for a number of extensive prairie driving with unforgettable views, including things of Easter eggs of the Oregon Trail, which I saw in the trailer and thought, yes, I am old enough to remember playing that. So yes. Anyway, we're just going to skip right past that. Anyway, so if you want to pick this one up, you can pick this one up for $12 or your original equivalent, which, if I'm remembering correctly, is probably the cheapest region I think I've ever seen for ATS. I also don't know how big the state is, so maybe that's to do with the state size. Don't know. But currently on a 10% launch discount, available now on Steam. In the other release for American Truck Simulator and rounding out the NovaWrap for this week, we saw a new paint jobs pack with the release of the sports paint jobs. Includes 5 new paint jobs for all dealing with a different sports theme, including touchdown, slam dunk, king of the ring, home run, and goal for glory. So you've got a few different sports all represented here, so you can show your favorite sports with various non-aligned sport teams represented. Now, if you want to pick this one up, add this to your collection, it's $2 or your original equivalent, available now on Steam. And with that, folks, that does now round out the NovaWrap for this week. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, as always, to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these videos and would like to see more. And of course, as always, you can catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by following me on Facebook and on Twitter and on Twitch. Just search NovaWing24. All right, folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.